Our featured speaker tonight, who will be talking about the Pennacook Pregnancy Center, is a graduate of Boston College and has assisted Kathy Kelly with the Pennacook Pregnancy Center since its planning and inception. She was a member of the St. Joseph Cathedral Respect Life Committee for over 5 years and is currently on the Pennacook Pregnancy Center's Board of Directors. Help me in welcoming Tara Bishop.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Mike, for that lovely introduction. I'd also like to thank Father Kennedy and the Knights of Columbus, St. Matthew's Council 7572, for sponsoring this Respect Life series, which highlights the many aspects of our culture that call us to deeper reverence for life and gives us information and opportunities to act on that reverence in our own communities. Tonight, I'd like to share with you the story and mission of the Pennacook Pregnancy Center. Let's begin with why the center exists. Have you ever heard the following statements? Abortion is never going to be overturned, so why bother? There aren't enough people to adopt all of the babies that are aborted anyway. If the babies that are aborted were born, they would be abused. Their parents don't want them. I'm tired of hearing about abortion. I'm personally not for abortion, but I can't tell someone else what to do with their body. I have heard all of these from fellow Catholics, and I'm even guilty of saying the last one myself when I was younger and uneducated about abortion in America. How did we become so apathetic about abortion that many Catholics don't seem to care about it at all? I believe it is a combination of lack of valid information and real exposure to the women victimized by the abortion industry, as well as media control of the topic to benefit the pro-choice movement. While New Hampshire has some of the least stringent abortion laws surrounding clinic oversight and statistic taking in the United States, we do know that more than 3,000 abortions are performed in the state every year. As many of you already know, Manchester's Planned Parenthood on Pennacook Street typically performs abortions on Thursdays. For years, a group of faithful Catholics, some of them you, have prayed outside and have served as sidewalk counselors to the women and men going there for abortion appointments, and during 40 Days for Life campaigns on other days when contraception and other care is looked for. Information is attempted to be given on the way inside for these people having appointments, and resources about post-abortive counseling are handed to them if the abortion procedure does take place. As you can imagine, the information and attempts at counseling are not always met with appreciation, but other times they are. Those are the times when the presence of someone saying, "Don't do this, please let us help you. You are carrying a child and we do care about you," can make the critical difference between a woman's decision to end a life or to nurture one. Many times the counselors and volunteers are thanked for being on the sidewalk, along with the comment, "I wish someone had been there for me." Each week, I send the experiences of these volunteers to parishes in southern New Hampshire for use in their bulletins. The installments are called Thursdays on Pennacook Street and are run regularly by several parishes. These stories aim to raise awareness of what really happens to women seeking abortion and attempt to motivate fellow Catholics to help. Here are some examples of stories that have been shared. A young couple arrived and the woman went inside Planned Parenthood while the man stayed outside. The prayer volunteers attempted to give him some brochures about the abortion procedure, but he refused and pointed to his head, saying, "It's all up here." The woman came out shortly afterwards and stopped to talk with the volunteers as she drove out of the parking lot with the man. She told the prayer volunteers she had changed her mind and was keeping her baby. The smile on her face was amazing. Women who decide against having an abortion always smile in that overjoyed way. The young man looked like he had been put in his place. She was determined to keep her baby, and he knew it. Another story is about a woman who was 9 weeks pregnant and is the single mother of 2 small children. She recently was laid off and is homeless. Her children are with family members and she is staying with friends. She told the prayer volunteers that she's a Christian but went to Planned Parenthood to find out what her options are. She didn't have enough money for a suction abortion, so she was offered the RU 486 chemical abortion, which is typically given to women who are no more than 7 weeks pregnant and has caused deaths for women that far along. This method required her to take the pills at Planned Parenthood and then go home to deliver the baby on her own. Now remember, she was homeless. She was told the baby would be nothing but a blob. She shared with Planned Parenthood that she was considering adoption instead, but they would not counsel her about it, saying she was taking up a lot of their time. She was also told that she should have the abortion because she has a history of having handicapped kids, as one of her children has Asperger's and another has a genetic ailment. She told the prayer volunteer that Planned Parenthood was really pressuring her to have the abortion. Then, out of the blue, while she was sitting inside their office, she got a phone call from a rental agent saying there was a rent-subsidized apartment available for her. Prayers were certainly answered at that moment. The woman told Planned Parenthood she changed her mind, since she now has a place to live, and they said incredulously, "We worked to get you funding for your abortion, and now you're going to keep your baby?" She is still considering adoption, but she did exchange phone numbers with the prayer volunteer for future help. As you can tell, many of the assumptions made by pro-choice advocates and even pro-life Catholics that believe the statements I offered earlier are simply wrong. Planned Parenthood isn't interested in facilitating adoptions or even offering basic counseling. As former Planned Parenthood employee turned pro-lifer Catherine Adair has shared, they figure if you are there for your abortion appointment, that is what you want. As a side note, the recent news about Planned Parenthood's organ harvesting practices gives us insight into the organization's true motives. And not every woman feels empowered by her law-given right to have an abortion. Many regret the procedure almost immediately, if not eventually. One day I was outside Planned Parenthood praying the day after abortions were taking place, and I had heard a woman come by earlier and place some flowers on the fence up against Planned Parenthood because she had had the abortion the day before and already regretted it and wanted to give flowers for her baby. Not every woman wants to have her abortion. Many are pressured by boyfriends, husbands, parents, and even friends to abort their babies. But if given an encouraging word or offer of tangible assistance, they would choose life. If pressure is not the reason for the abortion, it is often some other reason like homelessness, lack of transportation, lack of childcare, and other issues typically related to a lack of money or resources. This is what motivated Catherine Kelly and a group of Catholic women to open the Pennacook Pregnancy Center. As dedicated sidewalk counselors, they knew they could connect women with the resources they needed to feel comfortable choosing life for their unborn babies. And they knew they had to do it within walking distance to offer tangible and immediate help in these crisis situations. Kathy connected with Rod Murphy, founder of Worcester's Problem Pregnancy Center and author of the book, Stopping Abortions at Death's Door. He believes successful abortion prevention comes from having crisis pregnancy centers in eye view of every abortion provider in America, with sidewalk counselors directing abortion-bound women to the pregnancy centers for free pregnancy tests, counseling, ultrasounds, and real help. His clinic in Worcester has been in operation for about 30 years and has saved hundreds of babies and has helped all of their mothers and families. From experience, Kathy knew that having a crisis pregnancy center in the immediate vicinity of Planned Parenthood was critical. Abortion-bound women are often confused and emotional and just want to get the procedure over with. If they decide to take a breath and seek an alternative, it has to be immediate. Rides had been offered and given by sidewalk counselors to other local pregnancy centers like CareNet and the Catholic Medical Center Pregnancy Clinic, but appointments were not always available, and the drive was often not one the abortion-bound women wanted to take. With the help of her fellow sidewalk counselors, Kathy found an available apartment within a block of Planned Parenthood at 657B Chestnut Street and incorporated the registered 501c3 nonprofit organization as the Pennacook Pregnancy Center. It opened in September of 2013 and offers free pregnancy tests, counseling, referrals for medical, financial, and legal assistance needs, and baby supplies. All services are free and confidential. The center is run entirely by volunteers and on donations. While religion is not discussed with clients, volunteers must be practicing Catholics and adhere to the pro-life teachings of the church. Referrals for birth control and abortion are not made, but the adverse effects of both are discussed in counseling. The goal of the center is to show abortion-bound women that there are people who care about them and their babies, and to help them no matter what the problem. The center is dedicated to helping women throughout their pregnancies with emotional and financial support and is available for assistance with newborn care and advice. The staff assists women and their families compassionately and in any way possible, from securing housing and health care to arranging childcare and transportation for appointments, including doctor and food pantry visits. For example, the center assisted the pregnant mother of several children with an adoption plan for her new baby via New Hampshire Catholic Charities. We also secured housing for homeless pregnant women and arranged legal assistance for others. To illustrate the breadth of assistance the center provides, it also paid New Hampshire Catholic Charities $300 to complete the paperwork for a woman's green card within a 2-day deadline because their immigration department hadn't taken care of it for her in time. The center also holds baby showers for expectant mothers. A recent Thursdays on Pennacook Street story highlighted the importance of the center's existence. A woman walking into Planned Parenthood kept turning to look at the volunteers, and she thanked them for their offers of assistance. 2 hours later, she left Planned Parenthood and she said, "You said you would help. What can you do to actually help me?" For a number of reasons, she felt desperate in that she had no choice other than to abort her baby. The volunteers brought her to the Pennacook Pregnancy Center and, as promised, assisted her immediately, even securing housing resources for her. She has kept her baby, and the Pennacook Pregnancy Center continued to meet her needs, and a baby shower was held for her. The center is currently in need of volunteers to assist with counseling and front desk work. Training is provided. The center is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., but closed Fridays during the summer. We always accept new or lightly used baby supplies, from clothing and strollers to cribs and toys. We are currently exploring a new way to get volunteers involved, which is having people sew blankets and cloth bibs that can be used to give to the mothers we serve. We are also considering an opportunity to offer baptisms with a local priest for interested mothers. Recently, the center purchased a tablet that we brought tonight to use on the sidewalk outside Planned Parenthood and during counseling sessions to easily show a 3D image of a baby at every week of gestation. The center will hold a baby shower on Sunday, August 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. for a woman expecting a baby girl this fall. If you're interested in attending or contributing a gift, please contact the center. My 2 little girls love attending these, so it is a good time. Our biggest challenge in getting the word out about our services, that's our biggest challenge, so that more women know about us. We regularly advertise in Spectrum, which is mailed directly to every address in Manchester. We ran an extensive radio campaign this past year, and we conduct online advertising with Google. Last summer, we reached out to 50 parishes in southern New Hampshire with a request for support and received monetary donations in the support of Respect Life Committee fundraisers like bake sales. Our advertising and marketing is limited by our budget, so this summer we are participating in the Macy's Shop for a Cause fundraiser to help raise funds that can be used for both supplies and advertising. We are grateful for any and all assistance, and thank you for your past contributions at these pro-life seminars. If you know someone who could benefit from our services, Kathy Kelly and I have brochures and business cards with the information for the center. And if you feel called to volunteer or donate, please see Kathy or myself afterward. The Pennacook Pregnancy Center strives to exemplify Jesus' call to love our neighbor. We care about each and every life, both mother and child. Each life is precious, and saving just one baby has a ripple effect that changes many lives, and often even saves the lives of his or her mother, life of his or her mother. It also changes the world. Imagine if we had just 1% of the more than 56 million babies aborted since Roe v. Wade was decided in 1973. What a different world it would be. Thank you for your witness to life. God bless you all.